I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media. We're back again with Ron Sorry from the Waupaca School District, Aaron Jensen from the city of Waupaca. Hello, guys.
Hey, hello, Josh.
And we've got a pretty full agenda. There's a lot going on, and we'll get right into it. We'll start with what everyone's thinking about. We had a pretty big, important election Tuesday. We had a contested school board seat. We had one seat on state council that was entirely done by write-in, and county board, though we're not going to get into it, has gotten some new members as well countywide, with a lot of people stepping off the county board. So it was certainly an impactful election. And Ron, we'll start with you to talk about the school board.
Yeah, we had 4 people running for 2 seats. One seat was vacated when Mr. Steve Hackett decided not to run again. And then Dale Felt, who is a incumbent, he's been on the board and he ran again. He was elected. He got the most votes, and the second highest vote getter was Mr. Ron Brooks. And he received 22 more votes than the next highest vote getter, which was Mrs. Kayla Van Dyke. So we're going to have a new person on our board, and every time you have a new person on the board, the board changes. And so we have an orientation process that we'll put in place and get that whole thing going.
It's pretty cool seeing 4 people running for those 2 seats, some new names in the hat. It's exciting to see people wanting to get involved in that way.
Yeah, that is nice to see that kind of interest. I agree.
So Aaron, what can you tell us about the city?
Yeah, so I learned something this morning when I walked in. So I walked in, talked to our clerks, and as you mentioned in the beginning, we had one of our areas. So first of all, city council looks much the same, other than wards 5 and 10, where we had write-in candidates. No one declared or took their papers out, and came in this morning, realized that there was a tie for write-in for the write-in candidates between 2 people. And what happens when there's a tie per Wisconsin state statute is you put the 2 names in a hat and you draw one of the names out of a hat.
I would have never guessed that.
I actually, maybe I should have known, but I just haven't gone that far down the line, and I was surprised to hear that. I wouldn't have guessed that either.
So when they say every vote counts, sometimes they mean it.
Every vote counts, absolutely. So our clerks administered it. They checked with the county to make sure everything is that. Yep, they said, yep, that's how we do it. And there's a bunch of witnesses. They have there's a number of people there. And so the person who got their name drawn out of the hat was our past city administrator, the person that used to sit in my seat. And that's Mr. Henry Velliker. Henry, I've known Henry for a long time. Very good person, and is going to be a big asset, I think, on our city council, as he has an extensive knowledge in city government. And we're excited to have him come aboard. So that'll be April 19th is our organizational meeting. So we have a council meeting tonight, Josh, as you know. That's kind of the last meeting for Alan Keelan. We thank him for all that he's done. He's been fantastic. And then Henry's first meeting will be the 19th.
All right. This week is kind of a celebration of at least one department in both of our organizations. It's National Library Week.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, sorry.
You can both talk about it. You both have libraries in your organizations.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it is National Library Week. Our library is known as one of the top libraries in the area, specifically when you compare it to other communities our size. Our library staff does a fantastic job. Our library board does a fantastic job. Our city council has supported our library from a funding standpoint, and been part of the reason that their programming and their offerings are as good as they are. Can't say enough about the staff right now. They're going through a transition and a director, and they're going through a few month process that's going to hire a new director. In the meantime, Patsy Servey and Sue Abrahamson, who's been there for a long time, both of them are splitting the director duties. They're doing great. So I can't say enough about the job that our library staff does.
As someone who's trying to hire staff right now, I've had a chance to talk to a number of students, and there's some great talent out there coming up. And Ron, I know you want to talk about a student hiring expo that's coming up. So if you're looking for someone, this is a great pool to pick from.
Yeah, in a couple weeks on April 20th, that's a Wednesday, we have a hiring expo going on. So we've got several businesses that are signing up through the Chamber of Commerce. They're going to be at our high school from 9 to 11 on the 20th. And all of our high school students are going to be filtered through this hiring expo. So we're pretty excited about that. And we're also going to have students from other high schools around the area. So there'll be plenty of students and hopefully plenty of businesses sign up so that our students learn about the opportunities available for the summer and for weekends and in the evening to get a job.
Very cool. The weather's trying to become spring-like outside. We keep having these kind of cruddy, winterish days coming through, but getting to that time of year where people are getting their yards cleaned up from the winter, and we've got spring leaf pickup.
Yeah, that's a nice service our public works department works on. Now being a city resident and having some junk in my front yard, I look forward to utilizing it. So anyone who has leaves and small twigs and things like that, they can put them on the curb. And if they're leaves, put them in bags. They need to be bagged. If they're small twigs, they need to be twined and bundled. Anything larger than that has to be taken to the recycling center. And they come through the different neighborhoods at different times. It's not scheduled out like it is the fall. So just get it out there by the curb and they'll be
I know
nice.
they're really good at coming back through one or two more times at the end to grab everything at the end. So
they are, yep.
Yeah. And from there, grants, the school district's got a couple grants that they are applying for, have applied for quite a bit of money, and fingers crossed that you get them. But tell us a little bit about what the school's pursuing, Ron.
Well, this first one isn't just the school district. It's our collaborative marketing team here with the city and Aaron and Terry Schultz from the chamber and the school district. This is a relocation campaign grant that we're very excited about. And it's kind of a pitch to get remote workers or anybody really to consider relocating to the Waupaca area. So if we're able to get this grant, we're going to get a new full website and a digital and print guide put together about Waupaca, and it'll also include some new videos and photos and other content, and something that it's called Waupaca in a Box, which will be a recruitment tool, like a relocation guide, and have a variety of pieces of information in it so that people who may consider moving to the Waupaca area will know what we have to offer. You know, the grocery stores, the airport, the housing, a variety of different topics in this Waupaca in a Box. And also it'll provide some seed money for a service that the chamber would like to get going, a concierge service. So when employers like the Foundry or Gusmer or the hospital are trying to recruit employees, this concierge service would be something that they could use, that would take these new employees maybe out to lunch and to get to meet some other people from our community to help sell the community to these prospective employees. So that's one that we're pretty excited and hopefully we could get.
And then you've got another grant out there that would help improve a lot of infrastructure in the school related to some of your courses.
Yeah, this one is a workforce innovation grant, and it's, Josh, this is a big one. We could write up to $10 million. It's going to be very competitive, but we're going to try anyway. And part of it, what this workforce innovation grant entails is writing for new equipment for our CTE programs to get updated equipment so that our students are more career ready when they leave us. So some of it'll be like Fab Lab type of equipment for manufacturing, and some could be for ag science as well. So there'll be some opportunities there. So we're working with our area industry and employers and getting feedback from them. And Greg, our grant writer, is hard at work, busy getting that all put together for us.
Awesome. As we head into spring, a lot of recreation programs being planned and up for registration right now, Aaron.
Yeah, with that weather you mentioned, how crummy it's been, it's hard to believe that baseball is going on right now. But tryouts have been going on, actually started last week for different groups. I know my son is a first grader and he's got his tryouts scheduled for next Wednesday. He's a little nervous. I got to think sure what it says. But for those of you who maybe haven't at least gotten your kids signed up, weren't aware of it, Park and Rec is very good at giving kids opportunity to join. Even if you missed a deadline, call the rec center. We want kids involved. So yeah, we're excited to get outside and start recreating a little more. That's just one of the many opportunities that the Park and Rec offer. We're getting into their busy season. All with the fact that we're also searching for that recreation coordinator. So Andrew, our Park and Rec director, is hard at work and making sure.
So if you like organizing this sort of stuff, put in your application.
Yeah, no, honestly, if for the rec coordinator, for sure, but not only a full-time rec coordinator job, there's also some program leaders that are needed on a very part-time basis. And if you have any interest in that, and that fits your time schedule, call the rec center, talk to Andrew. He'll be happy to tell you about the opportunities.
And then we'll just close out with a brief mention, electronics recycling coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but that's something you run, Josh. That is at Swan Park on Friday, April 22nd from, I think, 10 to 1, correct?
10:30 to 1.
10:30 to 1. And you can give the details on what you accept on that day.
Yeah, most small electronics, computers, old phones, tablets, gaming systems, audio systems, all that sort of stuff, cords, wiring, that's typically just free to bring it through and drop it off. Some of the larger items and appliances like TVs, small refrigerators, window air conditioners, washer, dryers, those sort of items do have a disposal fee because it does cost money to get those disposed properly. So all those details are on the city website, cityofwaupaca.org, complete list of what they accept, what they don't accept, what's free, what has fees. And one tip, each year we have a long line before the event starts. And we've got a very busy first hour. Everyone wants to get through there. If you sneak in during your lunch hour, you're more likely to get in and out really fast. So I'll put that tip out there.
Tell everyone takes your advice, and then the lunch hour is going to be.
Well, the more cars that come through, the quicker the day goes for us unloading and sorting.
Great service, proven by how many people come and take it.
And this year it's on Earth Date, so what a fitting time, and you tie it in with spring cleaning and.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Ron, Aaron, thanks again for your time. Lots going on, a lot of cool things going on, and appreciate you getting the community up to date.
Have a good one, Josh. Thanks.
Thank you.